All right, August 31st, back in the market. The market is over for today. And let's just go over what happened, what we think is going to happen in the market, and where we're going from here. Stocks were down 222. SP 500 minus 1075. NASDAQ up 115. Small caps minus 1630. The VIX up 2818 plus 123, 4.5%. Commodities, gold 1974, silver 2843, crude 4280. All right, so what we've been talking about, the VIX, this is UVXY, the short-term futures. You see this move here, this move all the way back in March, where volatility spiked to as high as 135. And then, had bounces up and down, huge bounces. Then it sort of drifted down April, May, June. June made a little spike. Got as high as 50 plus. Then we've been down since June. And what do you see down here on stochastics? This is at a 61. Hasn't been there since June. Big volume. Yeah, look at this move down here. 20. This low is getting higher right here. So, this is looking more and more bullish. Let me go to my other chart here. On the daily, this is the 20. See, you have the 20, 13 EMA. Now, the 20 EMA, it just bounced right off that. So it's above it now on UVXY, and the 13 EMA is underneath. So this is looking more and more bullish. Like, a bigger move is going to happen. Not 222 today, but maybe a more extended move. Look in the weekly. The weekly has been crushed since March. Look at this. We're at as low as 279. Now, we've been that low since back in 2019. You had months. And then, after the 2019 explosion up where that crashed too, that went really bad. And we went down. You had a few blips here and there. And then March was the big one. So, we have a weekly candle close green right here. So, something could be up here. Even the UVXY, I mean, volatility, it's not like a stock. It's not, it's going up. Excuse me, going to remain up. And this is oversold, and it has bouts where it's going to be oversold a lot because, it's not a normal stock. Like the SPY, for most of the century, it's going to be in an upswing. It's going to be going up. So, but these are spikes, and these are, you want to catch these spikes. So, volatility is going to increase here. And, if I was, had tons of money, I would place a UVXY bet if this starts to go up. On the monthly, monthly's not showing much. There's the daily, there's the 4 hour. See, look at this. This is why you draw your points. 1, 2, 3, right here, and then we're coming up. So 15, 30 minutes looking very strong today. Now on the 5 minutes today, right out from pre-market all the way out. Look at this. There's a nice little trade if you caught it. Then another one, draw your line, right up here. And this came all the way back again to 21.25, then took off. So that's why all these, you're like, oh, no, volatility's going down. I don't believe it. You look at the daily, sometimes you can see that, and like these are just little blip ups, spike ups, but there's more coming that I think, volatility showing here, something's going on. I mean, all these like little short plays, try to scare out longs, but smart money knows that something's going on. The VIX. Now, where do I see this going? Let's take a look here. If I can find, let's see. So we can get all right, it's not showing that. I was looking at a few different things that look at price targets, but I do have still looking at about 28 to 30. So we'll see if that comes true. The VIX. And let's look at the VIX. See how this held on the daily? Look at this right here. Here, 21. Look at this 22 line, 22, 22. And now it's making that round move up. And look at this. Look at divergence. This is high as it's been since June, really. On the weekly, look at this. Very oversold right here. And, you know, if we can get above these movement averages, we've had a spike here, another spike. See, if it's still in like a downtrend, 30, 35 would be solid. So, you know, I'm very much liking what the VIX is looking like here. All right, the SPY. And there's the SPY. See how I drew this? Right here, you have a divergence trend line volume. Huge volume in March in the crash. Coming down. Little spike here. That was June. Coming back down. It's getting so small, the volume. Now look at this here. Look at this bearish volume. Sort of creeping up here. It's kind of above these right here, these white candles. And right here, you have a divergence on stochastics. You have one. This one didn't come all the way down. 2, 3. See how tight it is? And you draw your line up here. It can't get higher than this. When you're that high, what's it going to do higher? Go low. Now, who knows how far low? Come down here. It could come down even to 50. It's done that before. So that's like a shooting star too. On the weekly, see this? It's starting to bend a little bit on the 4-hour. It's already starting to come down. So, you know, we'll see if more news comes out, bad news. We will see here how this goes. This is the first cracks going into September. NASDAQ still in this uptrend, so nothing there on the NASDAQ. Dow Jones, you know, coming up here on the weekly, 4-hour. It's very high up here. So, and that's where we stand there. Watch UVXY, the VIX, the SPY, and then we'll go from there. All right, what happened in the market today? AIMT. AIMT had Nestle's immune confirms 200 billion, 2 billion Nestle acquisition. So Nestle's agrees to buy peanut allergy treatment maker for 2.6 billion. So, you know, this was this major gap right here, and it went all the way up. Another move here, AKCA. This is one of the moves just straight up, no interest. PSV. And here it is. This is a spiker here, spike, drops down and spikes, drops down and spikes. Now this is but 3 in a row candles. It doesn't really do that with the volume. Look at the volume. You get your 5-minute here. And you just had first move right here, 75 cents, huge candle. And then this was taken out, 105 to 85 candle. And then it sort of like found its way back and forth here, 95, and took off to 145 plus. So once you get in right here, it's a pretty good long. You're not a huge gainer, but that's how you can play that on a 3-minute. Went all the way up and then started to bend. See the bend, 10-minute. You know, as soon as this big candle, this is like took out both ways, spinning like a doji. And then I found that 95 line. And then the rest of the day, this was sort of like, couldn't get over your like 140 line. So, you know, it was a good long. This is offshore. I think it's drilling PSV. Peel's delisting, that was on August 27th. Yeah, it's total jump stock, but they're trying to move it here. All right. GNW, Genworth Financial. This is another one. Look at this, straight momentum. If you catch us in the morning, like straight rocket, straight up. That's all it is. You know, you see, you get to the 3-minute, get to one of these candles back and forth, and then this bounce all the way down. There's a small gainer to the long side. So, but on these, you have to catch it pretty early because, you know, this move from, what's this, 2, about 230 all the way up to as high as 368. So look at the move up, and then it's slowly grind it. Not the best plays. I don't like them. If you catch momentum, it's good, but it's not easy. Here's Kodak after hours right now. This is very oversold here. I wonder what the news is. Let me see. Kodak stock surges after D.E. Shaw takes 5.2 stake. So there's new news for Kodak people there. And here it is, right over 7. If you're playing after hours, it takes off to 850. So that's a strong move for Kodak. This might be a watch tomorrow. GameStop, 575 to 675, came all the way down to 6, then exploded up to 7. Now on this, this is a very large candle. Hard to get a read on here. After this takeoff, you draw your line, get over there, and took off. But not an easy trade. Go-Go's taking off after hours. Zoom's at 377. It's crazy. UAVS is coming up 17 million. This made a pop up, pop down 260, and took off 310. So that's a really nice move. This is nice to read too. Some charts are easier. When you see this, look how it held down here and then exploded up. So that was a nice move. HHT, grindy move up. Auto had a $2 move. Look at this. Exploded up. It's just sometimes this momentum takes these. Look at this. Look at the volume. And this explodes up to the long side. Right down to 425 all the way to 550. This is Kin. 470 to 5. ETOM. 1150 just moved to 12. CNET versus T2. Any. Kirk. Otis. Kirk made a huge run August. Came back. You have 2 candles here, very oversold. This has a chance to go back up and test that. It looks like a pretty good long possibility here. Breakout confirmed over 788. Target's 11. So I'm looking at a target of possibly 11 here. That's what they're saying. On some algos. APLS. Straight up candle, green, and then it takes off. NAC. NAC right here, fighting this 1. Has to get over 1, fill this gap. There's potential there for that. There's Tesla. They do the reverse split. And this stock's crazy. Draw your line right here, pre-market, if you're trading this. Made a move up. Let it make a move first. And there it is. A nice U. It's like a cup and handle without the handle. Gets it at 460. Came back to, what's this here? 452, then took off. And then look how it rode on the 10-minute. See that hammer candle? That is not a sell. You buy. 13 clearly over 20, and it takes off long. 15-minute, it's even better. So 5-minute here, you're saying, oh, the shooting star wick, and it came back and say, oh, it's going down. Go to your higher time frame. Because this blew through that, but the 10-minute didn't. 10 minutes going here, bounced right off. CAPR. Very nice long here, over 520 all the way to 610. And look at this right here. It's almost the same pattern. Huge move up. Then you have your triangle, and it exploded up. This is another triangle, more of a falling wedge. Very oversold here. Look at this. It's been down for a while from as high as 1232. It's trying to get over these moving averages at 6. Yeah, this moves higher. You could get into 7-8 zone. Good potential here for that. AUVI. This is a IPO. IPO then right over 7. You know, this really exploded up. This is a really good move all the way to 13. Really good long. EDSA back-to-back good days from Friday. It's been a move 875 to 850. Then we went all the way up to 10. Not a bad move on that. Xers, Casa. Here's another one. See, it's very oversold here. This one from 6 all the way down to like 422. And big candle there, so it has potential there. Workhorse, WKHS. Go right here, and this has been grinding back and forth. You know, moves up to near 19, and then it falls back. So you know, it just explodes up. This will go way over 20. Probably test that. Trill. This has been a great long toe. Look at this. The daily chart is telling tale on this. All right, so that's so today's runners. You know, some higher price stocks. 3, I'm looking at 7, 10, 30. It's a mix. I would say a mix between some lower penny stocks and like 10 to 20 plus stock range. So different kind of day. And the top gainers are really weak ending summer. Besides IMT, then you have AKCA 60%. Yeah, 38%. The rest of the list goes down like 10, 12. So nothing huge at this point. So you're getting good moves, but you know, not like before. Here's MCRB, former runner. Look at this right here. This never really went down. You're like, ah, and people lose track. It doesn't have the same volume it did before, but today was a good move. Today was a nice move up, and showing signs of a good long here. So you got right over 25 and took off. That's not a bad move. Defend. This is a aerospace and defense. Bulls 3 times levered. Yeah, this has really done nothing except that big move. It's stuck in this range. And now it's like back and forth, 13. Could go back to here, this line. Maybe it goes up. And what it tracks is BA Boeing. And Boeing has 1 move, 2, 3. And it's really going down here. This looks like it wants to turn out and really explode up. So we'll see on that. So take a look at NKTR. I like this. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 times it's touched 19. I mean, the more times it holds, I mean, it's a great sign. Look at it slowly trying to creep up here. I think we get a move up here soon. You know, unless something weird happens. I want to see why. WDC put in a huge hammer candle and went up. Maybe that's just from this. Could be just throwing off the whole chart, but this is nice long. You have an open gap here. Maybe we get into the gap. WDC. ODT. Thought this would do something here, but kind of a weird candle. Not the best move there. FE. Trying to come up, trying to get to 30 now. It just moves up, we'll get to that 30 area. What else we got here? GVX. Yeah, that's a cross down here. Change of direction, bottom of a pattern. Maybe this starts to turn now. Very oversold for over a month. NK. Trying to hold 7 there. JMPR. Oh, this was a huge move today. Called it. This is how a falling wedge you want to go here, and then comes out and explodes up. 6.3 million. Look at that move. I called this in one of my calls here, and look at this. These higher price stocks too. They'll work well with the way patterns form. Look at this. It's like a classic. It's touching this 2440 line. And you always want to be to the right when you're buying this. Look at this. So right here, and up again, came back and really exploded out late. That's a really nice trade. This put in, if you got anywhere here, 30, 70 cents. That's not bad for a higher price stock. Juniper Networks. EMRN. Look at this right here, like U shape. Now I want this to come up here. It looks like it's going to do that. Right now it's looking pretty strong. Codex. Just trying to hold down here. Still no signs that it's turning up. Could be any day, any day at this point. So that's what we're looking at right now. So your pre-market small caps are not as strong right now. You're getting different type of moves, nothing tremendous. It's actually the lower price stocks are giving moves like 10%, 13, 8% movers. They're giving you a good range. They're giving you a better trade. Like if we go up in the chart today, like Caper was up 14%. And not a huge move, but you got it down here, 520. Now right to 6. It's a nice long right there. Yeah, let's take a look at inverse ETFs, SDAO. These have been hammered because the market's so strong. We're very oversold here. Market line, market divergence right here. See this? June, August. We'll do another move up. Could be a really explosive one, I think. That's QQQ. It's just taking apart because the NASDAQ is ridiculously strong. They actually reverse split here. TZA, small caps. This is the same thing. Very much buried down here. JNO, trying to come up here. Gold flat right now. On the other side, FAS. Soxel. These are way up here. LBU. This is trying to get over this line. This might explode back up. Biotech. TNA. Sort of flat there. UDAO. This has been overbought for a while now. This comes down. This could come to maybe 75, the trend line. SPXL. Look how far this has been up. This is it's a SPY. It mimics, follows. And look at this trend line. Seeing the volume here? We start getting volatility. The volume's probably going to spike up here. And draw your line right here. And this is going to come out of this divergence line right here. So it's doing that, and then look at this come. This could come to 54, 52. If it's a strong pullback, we'll see. So the market, the summer is dying down. You have movers, different type of movers all over the place. Not huge 300-400% moves, but there's moves. There's moves every day. And we'll see what tomorrow brings. I watch the UVXY, the SPY, the VIX, says something's up here, and I think this is the beginning of something. I don't know. See if we pull back here. That'll be the 100% retracement from before. This is the breakout zone of this, so it could be 340. 330, then you have 320. And if it's a very nice healthy pullback, 320. You're still be at 320. I don't know how far stochastics will go down. It hasn't been below 30 since March. It got close in June. You were at like 28 or 80-20, excuse me. So it hasn't been below 20, I mean. So let me see after hours. What's this doing right now? Anything 5? Yeah, it's already looked like it's peak here and it's starting to go down. We'll see what happens here. All right, so that's it. Yeah, the market dying down. September is on tomorrow. And we will see what the market brings here. Please subscribe and like the channel. And we will be back for more. Peace.